welcome. All right. Welcome to the free astrotheology course. I am Dr. Yasapa. I am Dr. Yasapa from. All right. So let's pick it back up. If you come on, please don't push your doctrine. It's not allowed. Okay. I will throw you out. So this is not religion. I repeat, this is not religion. So if you come into the live stream, please don't push your doctrine. Okay, it's grounds to throw you out. All right. And then other than that, um, be respectful of each other. Give me 1 second, y'all. Let me drop the link in the chat. I'm having an issue here pulling it up. But give me 1 second. Hold on. Give me a second, y'all. It doesn't want to open. I don't know, for whatever reason it's not opening. Let me close it out. I'm gonna drop the link in the comment section, okay? And like I said, be respectful. Don't come in pushing your religious beliefs. This is not uh, a religious event, okay? Keep it to the science. You can give your so y'all. Hold on, let me make this brighter. Let me show y'all. Hold on. There we go. All right. Okay, so let me drop this in. Radicals, right? Peace, radicals. Good to see you again. So here's the link to enter the live stream. Give me 1 second. All right, y'all. Let me pin it at the top. If I can figure out how to do that. Pin the message. Okay. So the link is there. All you need to do is click it, and looks like everything else is good. So y'all notice in the title, I put the law of correspondence. So we're dealing with the Hermetic law of correspondence. Okay, as above, so below; as below, so above. So you can observe, analyze the heavenly bodies, their magnetic effect, and then they will reflect, or you can see them in people's phenotype, their physical build, their facial features, and their personality. This is due to the magnetic effect that the planets have on our physical bodies and our personalities, okay? And our personalities. Is it clear? All right. So, not just magnetism. Well, the magnetism is uh, partly due to the configuration of the heavenly bodies, when you enter the earth plane. Okay, how that works, I don't know. But I'm not the only scientist. I'm not the only scientist, man of science, who understands that uh, these cosmic forces are real. Okay, they do have an effect. All right, now it's not popular in indigenous communities because we've been indoctrinated, brainwashed, and misled through religion. Okay, give me 1 second. The honey is not fully dissolved yet. So this is black coffee. I'm drinking black coffee. I'm at King's Coffee or King Coffee. It's a popular chain in Vietnam. Okay, y'all. So let's get started. So remember, the law of correspondence. We see it in the physical type of people. I'm sorry, not physical type, but in the phenotype of people. Okay, their height, their weight, muscular, skinny, personality, size of the nose, shape of the nose and ears, lips, okay, so hair color, texture of the hair, so on and so forth. That's the Hermetic law of correspondence, all right? So if you see a phenotype, a person who has a specific phenotype, personality type, you can match that back up with a planet, okay, and a zodiac sign that the planet rules over, or is a strong house over. So let's pick it back up on page 150, page 154, last paragraph, page 154. I hope everyone can appreciate the value of the information I just shared with you about the law of correspondence. Okay, his mean motion is talking about Mars. His mean motion is 59. I have to learn these designations, y'all. If anybody has an astrology background, if you're willing to consult with me, save me the trouble of having to research the books and to find this information. If y'all could do that, I really appreciate it. So his mean motion is 59 and then 8. Yet his diurnal motion is 57 and 16. Sometimes more, never exceeding 61 and 6. Mars has no latitude, always moving in the ecliptic. That's very interesting. Mars is always moving in the ecliptic. It has no latitude. I wonder what the magnetic effects of that are or are not. He governs the fiery triplicity or triple city. Three, right? Triplicity. So here we are. Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Y'all see them? So Mars war governs these. I just find it fascinating, y'all, that Mars governs Aries. Mars governs Aries, right? Christ is supposed to be what? In his temple. In Aries, his exaltation is the sign Aries. The sign Aries, the lamb, in 19 degrees of Aries, and in connection in reading the history of Christ, you should recall this. I just said that. For the Lamb of God exalts the Father in Aries. In Aries. Remember, the Father and the Son are one, right? The Father and the Son are one. So the SU and Son is both the Father and the Son. Radicals writes, peace. What's going on? What's going on, brother? How have you been? I'm good. I'm good. I'm in peace, in good health, and everything is absolutely wonderful. So let's keep it. Let's keep on making it do what it do, y'all. So the SU and Son is both the Father and the Son. Okay, the Father and I are one. If you've seen me, you've seen the Father, right? So let's continue. Mars is never retrograde. Mars is naturally hot and dry, yet more temperate. Wait, hold on. It says he rather. He is naturally hot and dry, yet more temperate than Mars. Is it is a masculine diurnal planet equivalent, if well dignified, to fortune. The manners, when well dignified, represents. Ooh, these mosquitoes are getting me, y'all. Dang, I shouldn't have came here. Ooh. Represent one keeping his promise with all punctuality, one desirous to rule whenever he comes or wherever he comes, right? These are people who want to be in control. Prudent and of incomparable judgment, of great majesty and stately, industrious to acquire honor and a large estate, free and liberal. The soeer man is grave, hath not many words, and thus uttered with great command. So these are people who speak, whose speech can influence you. Okay, full of thought, secret, and trusty. Speaks with deliberation. So these are people who plan. They plan everything they're going to say. Their major concern is being the center of attention and ruling over you and everybody else. So you can equate these people. I think, well, what comes to my mind is a narcissist. Either, the flamboyant narcissist or the noble narcissist who's hiding it, right? Okay, he continues, of great heart and mind, yet affable, tractable, and very humane to all people, one loving sumptuousness and magnificent, and whatever is honorable. When he is ill dignified, the solar man is arrogant and proud. No, y'all guys, we were not talking about Mars. I'm sorry. We moved on to the SUN Sun. So what I started out with in this video, his mean motion is 59 and 8, yet his diurnal motion is 57 and 16, sometimes more, never exceeding 61 and 6. This is the SUN Sun. I made a mistake. Okay, so he governs, that's the SUN Sun, governs the fiery triplicity of Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Okay, so that's why he's on the has no latitude. He's on the ecliptic. That's the SUN Sun. So sorry about that, y'all. Okay. His exaltation is the sign Aries, right? Christ is in the temple. In 19 degrees of Aries, and in connection, in reading the history of Christ, remember Christ is the SON Son and the SUN Son, you should recall this. For the Lamb of God exalts the Father. His dignities and abilities are to be found in that table. The sun is never retrograde, okay? The sun is never moving backward. The sun is naturally hot and dry, yet more temperate than Mars. The sun is masculine. Okay, y'all, so the moon is feminine, right? And the earth, the land, the earth is feminine, the planet earth is feminine. Okay, it's a diurnal. Here they're calling the sun a planet, but we know the suns are the sun and the moon are luminaries, right? So there are 5 planets that our ancestors recognized and 2 luminaries. But when we deal with the planetary hours, it calls those 2 luminary planets. So don't get confused with the vocabulary, okay? So the sun and moon are luminaries. So there are 5 planets, 2 luminaries. So we're going to come back to the planetary hours. When I got sick, I got taken away from it. So these are it begins on about page 88. No, it begins on page 86. All right. So y'all go back and review that. So when we come back to it, it'll be much more easy for you to understand. All right, let's continue. So the sun is masculine, diurnal planet or diurnal luminary, equivalent, if well dignified, to fortune. All right, good luck, fortune. My mother, my mother used to always talk about good luck. She would always talk about good luck. My mother was the kind of woman who regularly hit the lottery. She regularly hit the lottery. And back in the day when they used to have number runners, she would regularly hit those numbers. My mother was lucky, and in that sense. When it came to fiat, when it came to winning things, my mom was lucky. I remember, even as a little boy, right? She hit the lottery. My mom was lucky. And in Asia, I can never forget my mom because everything here is luck. Everything here is luck. That's all they talk about is luck. They don't talk about gods and devils and demons in Vietnam. Definitely not in China. It's luck. They even have something called lucky money. Yeah, lucky money. But you got to respect the Vietnamese hustle because the Vietnamese will go out, they'll get a fruit and a vegetable stand and sit there from I'm not joking, y'all, from 5 in the morning to about 10 or 11 at night every day, selling fruit and vegetables, or selling sugarcane juice, or selling coffee, tea, and other type of drinks. And they make money. They make a lot of money from it. And then they move up. And then they move up economically. I got a lot of respect for their hustle. And they push these carts. Do you see little old ladies or young girls pushing these big carts on wheels? They got a lot of hustle. But they believe in love. Okay? They believe in love. Some of them will even ask you, give them lucky money. Make me lucky. If y'all haven't traveled, y'all got to travel. And when you travel, don't go to the commercial touristy places. Go to where the people are. You know, it's not as risky or as dangerous as y'all might think. You'll learn a lot. Trust me, you're going to learn a lot. Okay, so let's continue. So the manners, when well dignified, represent one keeping his promise with all punctuality. See, the sun is never late. The sun comes up at the right time every second of the day. It goes down at the right time every second of the day. The seasons are never late. Everything happens like clockwork. All right. So these kind of people that he's talking about right now, He says they keep their promise with all punctuality. One desirous to rule wherever he comes. The sun definitely rules, right? When the sun rises, everything gets light, the storms will go away, right? Due to the heat of the sun. And when the sun falls, it goes dark. Okay? At sundown, rather, it goes dark. So the sun definitely rules. Okay? So one desirous to rule wherever he comes, prudent and of incomparable judgment, of great majesty and stately, right? The sun is definitely majestic and stately. Industrious, definitely the sun is industrious. Look at the work that goes into bringing in and out each season and then making the season what it is, all that energy, all that transformation. Okay? Here is represented as work and industry. All right? Industrious to acquire honor and a large a large estate, free and liberal. Y'all hear that? Industrious to acquire honor, that's nobility, and a large estate, free and liberal. That sounds like a birthright. That sounds like a birthright. So the Moors are the sun sun, right? That's a fact. That's a fact. The Moors in their higher self is the Christ at the summer solstice, the highest elevation of the sun, the highest altitude that the sun will reach every year, June 22nd, where the sun takes the title of the Christ, and the sun is the son. Okay, you'll find that, I think it's in Dutch and German languages. Okay, and it was much more commonplace until it was hidden. And of course, it was hidden by the Inquisitionists. They hid that. They don't want you to know that you are the sun son. Okay? So this is sounding to me like an estate. Your nobility, right? Your nobility. Remember, Moors are the substance and subject matter of the law. And that's a well established fact or principle in law that land is the substance and subject matter of the law. And Moors and land are synonymous. Industrious to acquire honor and a large estate, free, a loidio title, and liberal. So I went through y'all take a look at this writ. I got this writ off of enforcetheconstitution.org. Take a look at this. See, we have reversionary rights to our estate. And these two Moors took back part of their estate. Take a look at that. Okay, it says here adverse claim of title and reversion of ancestral estate. Okay, y'all can download this on enforcetheconstitution.org. All right, so let me just take you into something. Hold on, give me 1 second. Let's go into the Treaty of Peace and Friendship between the Moroccan Empire and the United States for North America, or the United States foreign, the foreign United States of North America. Okay, y'all. So this comes from the Library of Congress. Y'all can pause this on the replay and read it. I also downloaded this from enforcetheconstitution.org. That's where I get all my civic stuff. Y'all take a look at that. Go ahead and read that. Everybody see that? The statutes at large of the United States of America from March 1933 to June 1934. Okay, let's continue over. Here's the next page. Y'all can pause this and read it, okay? Okay, now let's go on. This is what we want to get to. Now we're getting to what we want to get to. Treaty with Morocco. Everybody see that? Treaty with Morocco. Now, this is not religion, this is law. So let's go to the appropriate article. But let me read. This is a copy of the Treaty of Peace, which we have made with the Americans, and within this book, affixing thereto our blessed seal, that, with the help of God, it may remain firm forever. Written at Macanes, the city of Olives, on the third day of this month, Juma el Ihar, in the year of Hegira 1252, corresponding to September 16th AD 1836. 36. The print is very small. I can barely read it. But again, that's not due to the PDF. That's due to the printer that printed this for me. Okay, so y'all go download this, enforcetheconstitution.org. Now let's go to the article that we need to see, dealing with reversionary rights of a state. I'm not going to go through this. I went through this document once before, a couple classes ago. So y'all go back and watch that one. Okay, so Article 22. I'm going to show it before I read it, okay? Article 22 here. Everybody see that? All right, so I'm going to read it now. Article 22 reads, if an American citizen shall die in our country, that could be civil death or physical, right? If it's a civil death, that is the more being in a civilly dead or civiliter mortuus state. He is civilly dead. He's carrying a brand such as Mexico, Latino, Indian, African American, colored, mulatto, any of the brands. Okay, now I'm talking about North America, Maghrib Al Aqsa, not wherever somebody else might be on the planet. Okay, but these are corporate brands. These are 14th Amendment U.S. citizens. These are corporations carrying a brand, a name, a nom de guerre. Okay, so listen to this. If a Article 22, if an American citizen shall die in our country and no will shall appear, the council shall take possession of his effects. His effects is his inheritance, his property. The council, CONSUL, council, council shall take his property. Now that property, y'all, that can be your consort. When you go into the book of the law, your heirs, your consort, or your husband, your wife, or the wife, that's your property. That's part of your estate, and you're responsible. Talking to the men. Now let's continue. And if there shall be no consul, CONSUL, if there shall be no consul, the effects shall be deposited into the hands of some person worthy of trust. So if there's no counsel, For example, the U.S. government, I think in the year 1954, they gave up their treaty right to consular jurisdiction with respect to this treaty. So they have no counsel. They have no counsel. All right? None. So if there be no counsel, and in the U.S. there's no counsel, what does it say, y'all? The effects, the property shall be deposited in the hands of someone worthy of trust. In other words, it's being deposited in a trust. But notice there is an adjective. It says, in the hands of someone worthy of trust. Now, is the Attorney General, the Office of Taxation, etc., are the people who are acting as the heads? For example, Tom Jones acting as Attorney General, or Bob Smith acting as the Director of Taxation for the county of whatever. The real man, the real woman, acting as not the corporation, but the real man or woman, or the real being, male, female, feminine, masculine. Okay? Are they worthy? That per the treaty, they need to be worthy. Okay? A real man or woman, not a corporation. Okay? But anyway, be that. What's my point? What's my point? Well, y'all think about that. Think about that. But anyway, that property is deposited into a trust until the party shall appear who has a right to demand them. And here you see the Morris brother and sister appeared. They appeared and demanded their property back. And they got it back. And they got it back. Why? Because they were in their proper status. Of course, there's more to it. Y'all got to read through this. Okay, again, you can download this at enforcetheconstitution.org. Adverse claim of title. What kind of title? Allodial title. And reversion of ancestral estate. Let's continue with the treaty. The effects shall be deposited in the hands of some person worthy of trust. Okay, now at this time it says person, there was no 14th Amendment citizen. Until the party shall appear who has a right to demand them. You just saw the demand. You're looking at the demand. Okay, this is how the demand is made. Adverse claim of title and reversion of ancestral estate. That's how the demand is made according to law. The supreme law of the land, the Constitution and treaties. All right. Now he continues, whether the treaty continues. But if the heir to the person deceased, civilly or physically dead, civilly or clinically dead, rather, should be present, the property shall be delivered to him without interruption. In other words, don't ask no questions. Don't say nothing. Hand over the property. Hand over the property. Now that's the law. Now some people might say, "Oh, that ain't fair. Who do you think you are that you can get that? Nobody's going to ask any questions." Well, that's not the issue. The issue is the law, the supreme law of the land. Hand it over without interruption. Not next week, not 2 weeks from now, not after we ask you a whole bunch of questions or or demand you fill out a whole bunch of paperwork. No, absolutely not. It shall be handed over without interruption. Immediately, okay, without terms. Number 22. Let's continue. And if a will shall appear, now our ancestors expired without a will, right? They didn't know anything about this. I mean, they were lied to and told that they come from Africa and other parts of the world, even, right? How did that happen? Well, they exterminated their parents. They exterminated their parents and then raised them up in churches, reservations, etc. So they cut off the line of communication, or the hermetically speaking, y'all. What did they do? Hermetically speaking, which hermetic law? It's a hermetic law of gender, masculine mental energy. They cut off the communication of the law coming from the elders or their parents down to the next generation. They cut that off. So we had no sense of nationality, no sense of heritage. And when you have no sense of nationality, no heritage, remember the masculine mental energy is the great I am. That's the quote unquote God, okay? The great I am that never changes, okay? That exists outside of the body, that sends its will to your feminine mental energy that's housed in your physical body. We think of it as a subconscious. Of course, it's more than just a subconscious, right? But that's the Holy Spirit in you, that at the behest, at the will of the Father, which is you, which is your hermetic masculine mental energy, sends its will to your subconscious mind and then produces behavior and habits based upon your decisions that you make and the behaviors that you do, higher self or lower self, Satan the devil, or what? Higher self, the Christ, Satan the devil, lower self. So they can actually hijack that. How do they hijack it? By making sure you have no idea about your nationality or heritage. In other words, you have a weak masculine mental energy, which means that your subconscious mind can be directed, by media, etc. So this would come from what? A group, an institution that has strong masculine mental energy or stronger than yours. That's why they did this, y'all. They're using nature against us. Okay? You can even categorize these in a lot of ways as psychic attacks. Okay? But anyway, let's go back to it. Article 22 again. And if a will shall appear, the party shall descend agreeably to that will as soon as the council shall declare the validity thereof. Counsel, Consul, not an attorney. Not an attorney. It ain't got nothing to do with an attorney. Y'all see that? It ain't supposed to go to probate court. Everybody see that? Give me 1 second. Let's look at 23. All right. Let's look at Article 23. The council, see again, the council, Consul, the council of the United States of America, they have no council. They gave it up. They gave up that treaty right, I think, in 1954. They have no council. So who has the council? The Moroccan Empire retains. We never gave up our treaty right to consular jurisdiction. So who's going to make these decisions? We do. We do. But does that mean they're going to honor it? Or based upon their history and personality, are they going to try to use a mind game, a psychic attack, to make you think that they have the power and to make you think, or to scare you or to mislead you away from your power in this treaty. Absolutely, we know them. They're known criminals, right? They got a long track record of using deceit, deception to make what's lawful seem criminal. We know them. So yeah, they're gonna defame and they're gonna make it appear like they have the power. All right. Good example of that would be like this term that they made up, sovereign citizen. It's an oxymoron. But if they call you that, it puts a very negative stigma on you. So you cannot let them get away with calling you that. All right. Anyway, let's continue. Article 23. The Council of the United States of America shall reside in any seaport of our dominions, that they shall think proper. But they ain't got no council no more. And they shall be respected and enjoy all the privileges which the councils of any other nation enjoy. And if any of the citizens of the United States shall contract, listen, if any of the citizens of the United States, did y'all see that? There's a distinct, there, here we see that Moors and United States citizens are not the same. Two different citizenships, two different statuses. Y'all see that? Everybody see that? And actually, that's also in another, it's more directly stated in another article. But let's continue here. Article 23 continue. And if any of the citizens of the United States, so that would be a state citizen, not a 14th Amendment citizen, right? There was no 14th Amendment citizen at this time. And if any of the citizens of the United States shall contract any debts or engagements, shall contract any debts or engagements, the council shall not be in any manner accountable for them unless he shall have given a promise in writing for the payment or fulfilling their. Yeah, I just got. You know what just came to my mind? You know what just came to my mind? Y'all know their whole system is a debt system. Let's say if a magistrate or an attorney signs something, I'm curious. Have they just, according to the treaty, made themselves liable with their signature? It just came to my mind. I haven't thought about it. And if any of the citizens of the United States shall contract any debts or engagements, the council shall not be in any manner accountable for them unless he shall have given a promise in writing for the payment or fulfillment thereof. Now, I'm just thinking out loud, y'all. I haven't thought about this before. I'm thinking about their oath or any other document that might meet this requirement where they become personally obligated through their signature. Like I said, I haven't thought about it. It just came to my mind. For the payment or fulfillment thereof. Something to think about. Something to think about, right, y'all? For example, with the oath, with their bond, qualify for this or something else. Well, anyway, I got to give it some thought, y'all. I got to think about this. I never thought about it before. Anyway, let's continue. Without which promise in writing, no application to him for any redress shall be made. Now let's go to, uh, here we are, Article 21. If a citizen of the United States shall kill or wound a Moor. So again, Article 21 is showing us two different statuses. Moors are not United States citizens. Moors are not state citizens. Moors are not 14th Amendment citizens. They're two separate statuses. Y'all see it? And in your proper status, you can get your stuff back, right? Affidavit of fact, adverse claim of title, and reversion of ancestral estate. Okay? So I know we kind of got off topic. Uh, Give me 1 second. Number 20, Article 20. Let me touch on Article 20. If any of the citizens of the United States, so again, United States citizens, 14th Amendment, or even state citizens cannot be Moors. They're two separate civil statuses. Okay? Article 20 continues. If any of the citizens of the United States or any persons under their protection shall have any dispute with each other, doesn't matter what job title it is. Remember, oh wow, I just thought about this. The Judeo-Christian legal system in the U.S. is an adversarial position. The de facto magistrate is supposed to be what? An unbiased umpire. But let's say he's not, and they're not, or she's not. Usually they're taking sides, right? They're working with the prosecutor. They're attorneys, members of the bar association. They're working together. Okay, let's continue. If any of the citizens of the United States or any persons under their protection shall have any dispute with each other, adversarial relationship, dispute with each other, okay? I'm thinking 14th Amendment stateless people, otherwise called black, Negro black color, race black. Also, now they got even the hybrids are 14th Amendment citizens, right? But this would even apply to state citizens too. Listen, shall have any disputes with each other, the council shall decide between the parties. The U.S. does not have a council, CONSUL. They don't have a council. So if it's in an adversarial, even though it's de facto, if it's in an adversarial judicial system, that means it's a dispute. That means, as far as I can see, maybe I'm wrong. Y'all tell me that the Morocco Consular Court has jurisdiction in venue, not the U.S. If I'm saying it wrong, somebody reach out to me and tell me. And whenever the council, CONSUL, shall require any aid or assistance from our government, that's the Moroccan Empire, to enforce his decisions, it shall be immediately granted to him. So, who's doing the enforcement? The Moroccan Empire. So, we decide the case, and if need be, we enforce according to this treaty. Let me show y'all again. That was Article 20 I just read. Now, y'all, I'm a very approachable person. So if I'm misunderstanding anything, please reach out to me and straighten it out so I understand more properly. But the council has jurisdiction, and the U.S. gave up their consular jurisdiction. They gave it up in '54. So there's only one remaining, which is ours, the Moroccan Empire. Give me 1 second, y'all. Hold on. Oh, some of these people are so nasty and mean spirited. She's mad. You know, some people get mad when they see you doing your thing. And when you do your thing consistently, right? When you do your thing consistently, the most difficult thing to do, y'all, for most people, is to do anything consistently. And that's the truth. One of the most difficult things to do is to do something consistently and do it like you love it, right? And some people don't like that. I just experienced someone who works here give me a real nasty look. So I'm drinking black coffee with honey. All right, y'all. So I forgot what got us into the. Oh, I remember. Let's go back to page 155. This is how we got into the topic about the treaty. We got into the topic about what? Birthright. The SUN sun. The SUN sun has to do with birthright. So here we go, y'all. Let me read that one more again. The solar man is grave, hath not many words, and thus uttered with great command, full of thought, secret, and trusty, speaks with deliberation, of great heart and mind, yet affable, tractable, and very humane to all people, one loving sumptuousness and magnificence, and whatever is honorable. When he, this is the solar man, this is the sun, the SON sun, which is the SUN sun, when he is ill dignified, the solar man is arrogant and proud, lower self, right? Lower self man. Disdaining all men, boasting of his pedigree, of poor judgment, makes bad decisions, restless, troublesome, and domineering, vaporous, windy, expensive, foolish, a spendthrift, and make waste, with neither gravity in words nor soberness in action. So he's a fool, y'all. This dude is a fool. He's a lower self person, wasting his patrimony, a hunger on after others' charity. That means he's a beggar, a manipulator, yet thinks all men bound to him because a gentleman born. So in other words, he thinks because he's a noble or because he's a Moor, everybody owe him something, even though he's acting in his lower self. He's low vibrational. But let me go back, y'all, to here we are. I missed it. This is what I wanted to share. So the solar man is of great majesty, stately, industrious to acquire honor, that's his nobility, and a large estate, free and liberal, that's allodial. That's allodial title to his estate. Let me show y'all. Did Noble Drew Ali talk about our estate, y'all? Our vast estate. Can y'all see that? See where my fingers are? See, I didn't make this up. This is birthright and a lordly title to your estate. Honor, that's your nobility. But the solar man lives according to what? The five highest principles of the universe: love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Did I make it up, y'all? Did I make it up? Did I make it up? Our heritage, our heritage is in astronomy and astrology. Our heritage is in the book of the law. What is this? What is this book called? The astrology of the Old Testament, the lost word regained. In other words, astrology brought back into the forefront. Okay, and remember, this book is not written to the masses of people. This book is written to Freemasons and other secret society members who traded places with us. Okay, yeah. Good morning, sir. I'm good. How are you? Excellent. All right, y'all. So let's continue. So again, y'all can download. Actually, if you want to get this from the Library of Congress, you can get it from the Library of Congress yourself. But why do that when you can go get it off of enforcetheconstitution.org? You can get all of these cases. They got cases for days, y'all. You get all of these cases where Moors have exercised consular jurisdiction and won the cases, right? Got cases dismissed. All right. And I printed all of the cases. Okay. So y'all can do the same thing I did. Go download the cases and then study them. All right. You can make your correlations with the book of the law. When I say book of the law, I'm talking about the book of the law. Okay. Or the Biblio Heliotext. Okay. Let me just show this. So you can also get a template for your judicial proclamation. Y'all see that? You're going to need to do this for the reversion estate to get your property back, to get your estate back. But anyway, y'all can set up a consultation with the consul general there. I don't have anything to do with that. But because he's generous enough to put this on the website, it's only right for me to tell y'all where I got it and to send you to him if you want to know more or if you want assistance. Okay, so he does offer consultation, but I don't have anything to do with that. So y'all got to go to his website and get that yourself. All right. So let's continue. Let's make it do what it do, y'all. The SUN sun generally represents a person of good size, strong and well built, a somewhat yellowish or saffron complexion. So we got to take that with a grain of salt. With a grain of salt, right? Yellowish or saffron complexion. So he's not talking about Moors. Remember, this is written to Freemasons, other secret society members. A round, large forehead, large, full, googly eyes, sharp and piercing, body well composed, not so beautiful as good looking, full of health, hair yellowish, so blonde hair. Y'all know why he's saying yellowish hair? Because the sun um, is yellow. That's why the golden calf is golden, because the sun is yellow. Okay? And quickly bald. If he have a beard, it will be full and plentiful, a high, ruddy complexion, somewhat fleshly, in condition, bountiful, honest, sincere, well-minded, of a great and large heart, high-minded, of healthy constitution, very humane, not talkative, not loquacious. Now, I don't know about y'all experience, but my experience with hybrids, I can count the number of hybrids that I've met on one hand who have been uh, of this character type that he's describing. Maybe y'all had a different experience than me, but the vast majority, I can count it on one hand, probably on four fingers. Anyway, let's continue. We're on page 155. We can only say the Escheat sun is oriental in a figure. The sun is west in a figure, or in the oriental quarter of the figure. No. Oriental is east, y'all. I'm sorry. Occidental is west. So the Escheat sun is oriental or east in a figure, or in the oriental quarter of the figure, or occidental. Hold on, y'all. What's wrong with me today? Occidental, if I remember correctly, is west. Give me 1 second. Let me check this. I think I should have eaten. Occidental, I'm pretty sure is west. Yeah. So occidental, cultures of the west. Can y'all see that? Give me 1 second. Yeah. Oriental, Eastern culture. So my memory is correct. Everybody see it? All right. Let's keep it going. For all other planets are oriental when they rise before the sun. All other planets are east when they rise before the sun in the morning, and occidental and west when they rise after the sun sun in the morning, or so as to be seen above the earth after the sun sets. All right? All right. So his sicknesses are pimples in the face, palpitations, trembling, and diseases of the brain or heart, infirmities of the eye, cramps, sudden swoonings, diseases of the mouth, offensive breath, catarrhs, rotten fevers. What is a rotten fever? Hold on. I need a old dictionary. I need an 1800s dictionary, y'all. If y'all have a PDF, send it to me, okay? Yeah, there's nothing here. Yeah, there's nothing. I need a 1800s or 1700s dictionary to look some of these terms up so I can know what he's talking about. Okay, principally in man, he governs the heart. Okay, so the sun governs the heart, brain, right eye, and vital spirit. In woman, the left eye. In savors, he flavors a mixture of sour and sweet together. Okay, so he likes sweet and sour flavors, or the aromatic flavor. being a little bitter and stypical and a little sharp. For plants and trees, see culpepper. Of beast, he rules the lion. Okay, the lion of the tribe of Judah, Leo the lion, right? The zodiac sign Leo. Horse, ram, crocodile. So y'all know the crocodile in the circumpolar zodiac projection. There's a snake there that guards the circumpolar region. Originally, that was the crocodile. It wasn't a snake; it was a crocodile. And this explains why, according to the way I got the story, that the pharaohs, the ancient pharaohs, would be anointed with the fat or the oil from a crocodile. All right, and this oil, the anointing, is symbolic of or esoterically the raising of the Christ, the Christos, the Kundalini. Anyway, let's keep it going. Okay, so the bull, the goat, and other insects, fireflies, of fish, he rules the sun, the Yeshuan sun rules the sea cat and starfish. Of birds, the eagle, the cock, we talked about the chicken right already. That thing on his head looks like the sun rising, or the sun falling rather. The sun falling because it's red. Or sundown, sunset. All right. Nightingale, peacock, swan, the ghost hawk, and the fly cantress. In places, the Yeshuan sun rules the courts of princes, palaces, the finest rooms in houses or parlors, all magnificent structures, large halls. Over the elements, the sun, the Yeshuan sun, has domination over fire and clean, shining flame and golden metals. The precious stones ruled by the Yeshuan sun are hyacinth, uh, chrysolite, adamant, carbuncle, the the Etite stone found in eagle's nest, and the ruby. Of weather, the Yeshuan sun produces in spring gentle and moist showers. In summer, if joined with Mars, the most extreme heat. In autumn, the sun produces mists. In winter, rain, such as is called small rain or drizzle. He loves the east part of the world. Yeah, yeah, okay, so the east part, that makes sense, right? Because it's hot. Okay, so, and the wind which comes from that quarter. So the wind that comes from the east, if it's coming from the east, is moving to the west, right? He continues. He loves the east part of the world and the wind that comes from that quarter. His orb is 15 degrees before any aspect. Wow, the sun's orb is 15 degrees before any aspect. And the same after separation. In age, he rules the youth, or when one is strongest. His greatest year is 1460. Greater 120 means 69. So y'all remember 6 and 9? The 6 is the sun, and the 9 is the inverse of the 6. So the 9 is the moon. Least 19. Oh, by the way, the 6 is the male genitals, right? So if y'all can see that, so this is the penis, and this is the testicles. If you invert that, this is the vagina, and this is the uterus. Y'all see that? So masculine and feminine. In countries, the sun rules Italy. Well, how about that? Sicily. What's in Italy, y'all? The Vatican. Bohemia and the fourth climate. Also, Phoenicia and Chaldea. Did y'all catch that? Phoenicia, Moors. Phoenicia, Moors. Chaldea, Moors. The Israelites got their knowledge of astrology according to almost everything I've ever read or seen from, from the Chaldeans, the Babylonians, and the initial Vatican were Moors. Do y'all see that? The name of the angel or angle, remember angles of light embedded with energy and information. Today we can liken it to Wi-Fi, right? You turn on your smartphone, turn on your laptop, your tablet, and you get the Wi-Fi signal, and all of a sudden you got YouTube, you got all your apps. Why? Because that Wi-Fi is embedded, that energy, those waves is embedded with energy and information. And then you have a processor on your device that can gather that energy and information and then decode it and then present it to you as music, as pictures, as video, as text. Same concept. So the angle Wi-Fi. Think of it like Wi-Fi. Okay. So the angle. So where is the sun in the sky? That's going to determine what's the time of the day. That determines the angle of the light. Y'all see it? And that also determines the information embedded in that light. So the angle or angel is, wait a minute, y'all, is Micah L. Uh-oh, this is a problem. Micah L. Y'all see that? The angle, the angel of the sun is Micah L. If y'all came to class yesterday, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If y'all were here yesterday, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Remember Samael? Samael? Another name for Samael was Micah L. Y'all go back and read, not read, but watch the video that I did right before this one. I think it's number 63. Number 63. It says uh, law of correspondence. Same class, number 63. Michael is Samael is Hashatan. But of course, Hashatan is not a living person. It just means light. That's all. Remember, it's Micah L who leads the SUN sun to December 22nd, the winter solstice, when the sun stops casting a shadow on the sundial for 3 days. So December 22nd, 23rd, and 24th, no shadow is cast on the sundial. So the SUN sun is said to be dead. Because remember, what's our ancient ancestors' paradigm? Concrete, concrete paradigm. Everybody see it? And then on December 25th, a new sun is born, or the sun is what? Resurrected, depending on where you're at in the world and how they tell their story. Everybody see that? All right. So the angle or angel of the SUN sun is Michael, who is Samael, who is Samuel or Samuel. Okay. All right. Let's continue. He rules over the first and 8 hours of Sunday, Sunday, in number the 1 and 4. So the SUN sun is 1 and 4. The sun's friends are all the planets except Saturn. So the sun is friends with all the planets except for Saturn. And Saturn is his enemy. And then it says here, for Satan is said to be the adversary of the Lord. Remember that the SUN sun is the Lord of hosts. The hosts are the celestial bodies, the stars and the planets. So the sun is the Lord of hosts. So here is the Lord, right? So the SUN sun takes on the title of Christ. This is the higher self. This is the Hermetic law of polarity. The Hermetic law of polarity, the law of opposites. At the opposite end of the line, of the same line, opposite in Hebrew and ancient Ibaryath and Canaanite Phoenician means Hashatan. Translated in English, it means Satan. Saturn is the strong house of Capricorn, which is December 22nd, right? Well, December 22nd is in Capricorn. So Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. So they're opposites. That's all it's saying, right? That's all it's saying. They're opposites, so they're opposers. So therefore, the sun hates Saturn. If I see it, that's all. So our ancestors wrote these as children's stories, so we can easily remember these relationships. But unfortunately, it was repackaged and presented as devils and demons, okay? Religion, okay? But it is not. This is science. This is the physical sciences. This is cosmology, astronomy. Okay, y'all? So let's stop here and we'll pick it back up next class on page 156, the very last line of the page. Oh, wait. I got to read this. Y'all. I got to read this. Okay, page 156. Let me show y'all this. So read the bottom line. So let me go through this, okay? So again, these pictographs, uh, this is not ancient Ibaryath. This is biblical Hebrew. You notice that there are no dots, no dashes. There's no akud. Let me show y'all so y'all can get used to this. There's no akud system. Y'all see it? All right. Ashed, one. From ash, Ashed, one. From ash, fire. From ash, fire. Y'all, what color is ash? Ash is like a whitish gray color, right? The blah. Remember we talk about blah? The etymology of black, blah, ash color, fire, ash. Y'all see where this is going? Think you should be thinking blackamoor. Ash shed. One. One. From ash, fire, and shed. Fire and shed. Okay? Shed. To pour. To pour forth. I'm on page 157 now. To pour forth. Ash, shed, to pour forth. Literally, to shed forth rays of light or fire, from which Shaddai, the name of capital God, the all bountiful fire. This alludes directly to the one great light of the world, the sun. Quote unquote, I am a consuming fire, I am the light of the world. The sun, afflicted at birth, brings a native many afflictions. A more. That's what a native means, a more. Genesis chapter 1 is the Han Uman. Chapter 2, verse 7 is the more, sprung from the soil, thought made manifest from the soil. Did y'all get did you get what this author just wrote about you? Did you see what he just called you? Carl Anderson. I'm gonna do it again for the slow people. Y'all look at this. Think Blackamoor, right? Think Blackamoor. You should look here at the bottom of the page. The last sentence here. Let me turn it over. Actually, what I'll do, I went over this yesterday, but I didn't show you the etymology of black. So I think I'll show you the etymology of black now. Okay, read the first paragraph, just here, if you can. The link to the free PDF is in the community uh, tab on the YouTube channel here, so y'all can download this book. It's free. All right. Blackamoor. Blackamoor. Black is an adjective prefix to more, hyphenated to more. Black is descriptive. What is it describing? So many of our people thought that this was initially derogatory from the beginning, but I suspect that it was not. And let me show you why I suspect that it was not. Well, actually, I know that it's not. Give me one second. Let me show you. Okay, so this is etymology online. Y'all take a look at that. So everybody knows I'm not making this up. Etymology.com. Etymologyonline.com. Y'all see? So let's go through it. It says black, adjective. Old English, Blake, absolutely dark, absorbing all light of the color or suit of suit or cold. From Proto-Germanic, blakes, which means burn, burn. So we're talking about heat, right? We're dealing with heat. Then it says here, Old Norse, Blake, dark. Old High German, blah. Old High German, blah. Take a look. Let's continue. Old High German, blah, quote unquote, black. Swedish, Blake, quote unquote, ink. Dutch, Blaken, quote unquote, to burn. To burn. Listen, y'all. To burn, gleam, shine, flash. Read this. Read that. Y'all see it? To burn, gleam. Gleam means sparkle, y'all. For example, point a mirror at the sun, and you'll see the mirror gleaming and sparkling. Y'all see it? All right. It continues. Greek, flation, quote unquote, to burn, scorch. What if you burn something? It changes forms. Now all you see are ashes. And the ashes, that's the mineral content. All biological material burns away, and what's left? The mineral content. That's why you should put the ashes in your garden, because that's all minerals. And your plants can absorb those minerals. And you'll get very, very healthy vegetables and fruit. Okay? Now let's continue. Latin, flagrare, quote unquote, to blaze, glow, burn. From root, hell, to shine, flash, burn. The usual Old English word for quote unquote black was swart. See swart. Look, y'all. Look. Do y'all see where this is going? Let's continue. The same root produced Middle English Blake, quote unquote pale, from Old English block, quote unquote bright, shining, glittering, pale. The connecting notions being perhaps quote unquote fire, bright, and burn, and burn. Look at it for yourself. Look at it for yourself. So, black more means what? The shining more, the shining, glistening, gleaming, burning, as in fire, as in the sun, as in the sun, sun. The shining more, the sun, the sun, the sun more. Who is this? Y'all remember this? The ta, Remember the top cross? Here it is. We see the pharaohs like this, right? And where is the fire? The central fire. Where is the Moor? Where is the blackamoor? Where is the Moor? The Moor is here at the point of intersection. The Moor is fixed and immovable. The sun sun is fixed and immovable between the cherubim, right? Head of the bull, Taurus. Head of the lion, Leo the lion. Head of the elbow, Scorpio. I'm sorry, head of the eagle, Scorpio. Head of the man, Aquarius. And the sun, the central fire that burns forever and ever and ever, that bright, gleaming, glistening sun dwells between the cherubim. The more in his higher self dwells between the cherubim. This is you. Blackamoor, the sun, the more. I hope y'all see it. I hope you can see it. So let's go back to page 156 and we're going to go through this again and then we're going to end the class, okay? So ash, A-S-H, ash, shed, one, the one central fire, the one central sun that dwelleth between the cherubim, fixed and immovable forever. Ash, shed, one, from ash. Ash, y'all remember, ash is pale. Burn some charcoal. Burn a log. It's going to turn to what? Ashes, a pale color, as a result of fire. And then shed. Shed means to pour forth, to pour forth. So this blackamoor is pouring forth light. The blackamoor is pouring forth enlightenment. The blackamoor is shimmering. He's eluding enlightenment. You look at the blackamoor, it's like looking at the sun. Literally, ashed means, listen, y'all, this is page 157. Literally, to shed forth rays of light or fire. So this blackamoor is shedding forth rays of light or fire. And remember, the light is embedded with energy and information, from which Shaddai. Ooh, some of you, well, I won't mention any organizations or names. Shaddai, the name of capital G-O-D. Now remember, in the ancient Ibaryath, there are no capital letters. No capital letters. So you can exchange the capital letter with a lowercase letter. Doesn't change the context, no matter what they tell you. Why am I so confident? Because G-O-D is Odin, is Wooden, goes back to deity, thought, gut, dot, all of that, right? It's a fairly modern. When you go back to medieval times, this is Germanic deity. This word was inserted into the text. The name of capital G-O-D, the all bountiful fire. So it's not referencing Odin or Wooden. This is referencing the S-U-N, sun. So the blackamoor, I suspect, Based upon all of this information, Blackamoor was initially a dignified way of describing ourselves. Had nothing to do with skin complexion. It meant these are Moors who literally shed forth rays of light or fire when you saw them. They were just shining real bright, shining real bright, hot. They're very hot. Shalom, y'all. Assalamu alaikum. Islam to all the Moors. I, self, law, am master.